importance of inventory control. Five uses of inventory. First is the complete function, storing resource, irregular supply and demand, quantity discounts, avoiding stock out and store page. And then the coupling function. This is a buffer between stage in the manufacturing process, reduce delays in the scope. And then the importance of inventory control. The next is storing resource. Seasonal products may be stored to satisfy off-season demands, and material can be stored as raw materials, work in process, or finished goods. And then lumber can be stored as a component of partially complete sub-assemblies. And then the importance of inventory control is irregular supply and demand. Demand and supply can be constant over time. And then inventory can be used to buffer the value with demand. The next importance of inventory control is quantity discounts. Lower price may be available for larger orders. And then cost of item is reduced, but storage and insurance costs increase, as well as the change for more spoilage to reach content. And then investing in inventory reduce the available funds for other products. And then the next importance of inventory control is avoiding stock out and stoppage. So this inventory planning control, what we consider is how many material that must be stored, and then when we need to supply the material again, and how large the space we need, and then what type of material that's stored. Next will be explained by my friend.
Planning inventory. There are two steps involved in determining the amount of inventory. The first is calculate the supply need. The first, what kind of supply, the size of the supply, the amount, and the price. The first, what type is it? It is food, component, electronic, or raw material. The second, how is about the size? It is big, middle, or small size. The amount, how much that you need to store on your inventory. And the last is price. How much is the price? It is very valuable or not. Next. The next is calculate the inventory investment. The first is the cost, but this is not same as the price. The cost is the cost for inventory, and the price is the price for the product. And the place, the geography, the environmental factor, and so on. Next, this is the inventory process. You can see on there is supplies. From supplies come to suppliers, raw materials, and work in process. And fabrication assemble, finished good, customer. That is need the inventory, and this is the inventory process. There's inventory on the supplier, there's inventory on the customer, and on the company, or for transportation. Next. This is the type of inventory you can see in here. The first, the material source on supplier. Supplier need the inventory for raw materials. After that, from suppliers come to the company, need the transportation inventory. Depend on your product and your amount of product. And on the company, we need again the inventory for store the raw material or for store the finished product. After we get the finished product, we transport again to the customer, and that is inventory transportation again, maybe for short distance or for far distance. And on the customer, we need the inventory again. And the next, this is the planning inventory, and this is the benefit. Of course, you should know what benefit that we got from applied inventory or from have inventory. The first is better cash flow. Why? Because the first, there's a cash flow place. The second, cash for environmental condition. And the third is cash for transportation and so on. There's not about cash. And second is higher profit. You will get the higher profit if you have the inventory. Why? If a company ignores the need of the proper inventory system in its production, sales, and rent, it is likely to hinder them from maximizing on its operational efficiency. So that means if you ignore the inventory system on production, maybe on the company, or sales, and rent, maybe on the transportation or on the customer, so the efficiency is decreased. The efficiency of the product is decreased. And the prevent stealing. We need the inventory to prevent stealing. Inventory planning allows an organization to employ better strategies of controlling goods right from production until they are sold to the final customer. The procedure and police adopt in inventory planning and control and choose a better way of deterring employees from abusing inventory. Usually, employees in work environmental that is loose tend to steal inventory items. When employees steal items from the business, and of course, the business will lose the fund or the lost the money. So this is the one of the benefits that you will get from applying an inventory. Next, inventory control system includes the first, visual inventory system. The second is virtual inventory system. The third is partial inventory system. And fourth is just-in-time inventory system. Next. First, how many material that we must store? This is like my friend before told to explain to you. So we should consider how many material that we must be stored. That is, can be raw material. How much raw material is needed in one production? We should know it. Maybe in one production we need ingredient for each part of raw material is 1 ton. So we should calculate how big the inventory we needed. And the second, how much type of materials there. Then exactly, more much the type of material, more much the inventory we needed. So first we should know how much the type of material we needed, because under a physical inventory system, stock is visually inspected or actually count to determine the quantity on hand. So we count and visually the product that's stored in our inventory. And the first is visual control, the second particular control, and the third is annual inventory count. The first, visual control, used to monitor physical inventory level. Stock card specific the number of each item to be kept on hand. We know that the number of each item to be kept on hand. How much is it? We control it by visual. And the second is particular control. A small portion of the inventory is physically counted each day, so that the entire inventory is accounted for on a regular basis. So in here, we control on a regular basis. And the third is annual inventory count. Inventory is physical count once a year. Most business do it. So annual inventory count is based on the time. So we control maybe like a year, once a year, or maybe 3 months, or for 6 months. Yeah, you choose the most good time to check your inventory, to control your inventory. And the next, when we need to supply the material again. On production, we need to supply the material not just once, but so many, because the cycle, the process is cycle, continue, not just like the lines process, but continue process. So we should know when we need to supply the material again. How much the raw material is needed in mass production like before. And this is the second aspect that we should know, that is transport time. Because on production, we should consider how long the transport time that take to transport the product to our inventory. Next, recorder point, determining when to order. Once the order quantity is determined, the next decision is when to order. The time between placing an order and its receipt is called the lead time or delivery time. Inventory must be available during this period to meet the demand. So, if we want to meet the demand, the inventory must be available. When to order is generally expressed as the order point or ROP, the inventory level at which an order should be placed. This is the formula. ROP is demand per day times lead time for a new order in day. Next, determining the reorder point. The slope of the graph is the daily inventory usage expressed in units demand per day. This is with logo D. And if an order is placed when the inventory level reaches the ROP, the new inventory arrives at the same instance the inventory is reaching zero. Next, this is the Procom's computer chip example. Demand for the computer chip is 8,000 per year. Daily demand is 4 units. Delivery takes 3 working days. So each delivery takes time for 3 working days. And the ROP we got from the formula before. We can calculate here 4 units per day times 3 days. We got 120 units. An order is placed when the inventory is 120 units. The order arrives 3 days later, just as the inventory is depleted. This is the lead time for ROP. Next, use of safety stock. If demand or the lead time are uncertain, the exact ROP will not be known with certainty. To prevent stock out, it is necessary to carry extra inventory called safety stock. We will talk about safety stock next time. And safety stock can be prevent stock out when demand is unusual high. So if the demand is unusual high, we make the safety stock. We make the safety stock to prevent the stock out. Safety stock can be implemented by adjusting the ROP. So we make the safety stock for the ROP grade. Next, the best fit ROP equation. This is we have talked about this before. Next, this is what I mean. This is inventory on hand, and this is the time. For the first, we get the product on our inventory in here, but time by time, the product on inventory is always decreased because the production. demand is so much, then this make we got our inventory is stock up, or the demand is more higher than the stock that we have. So we got to stock up. So we need the self stock. Next. And this is what I mean, self stock. Before, this is our standard in here. But for make safety, when the demand is so high, we make the safety stock in here. This is in here. So when the demand is like usual, there's no problem. And when the demand is so much, we got so much demand for our product, we got no stock out, and or the stock out is provided. Next. This is the example for inventory, ice cream inventory. Like we know before, the type of inventory is so much. The first is inventory for ingredient. If we want to make the ice cream with the ingredient, depend on what type of what kind of ice cream we will make. So we should plan it. We should make the plan for it and how much the ingredient that we needed. We choose the inventory for ingredient. After that, we make the ice cream on the company and we got the finished product. And we need the inventory for the finished product. How much the finished product that we produce for time to time. And the second, after the finished product is gathered, we need to transport it to the customer. But there is two types of transportation. This is the short distance. We can use mobile. We can use car. We can use car. And we can use car. And the far distance maybe in foreign country or another country. We need transport it from with a ship. So this is the inventory that we needed. Because we transfer the ice cream, the inventory has to keep the environmental condition still cool. And the last is when the product is come to the customer, we need the inventory on the customer. This is like usually in our daily life. Yes, maybe that's our presentation. If you have a question.